Hi guys, Stevie Mike, back with the home video updates. I've forgotten the number again, I think it's number 5. Yeah, you know what my memory's like, it is appalling. Have a few more Blu-rays and a few DVDs to go through in this update. So it's only a few, I haven't got any money left, so everything's been bought that's going to get bought, I think, for a little while. So basically, this will be an update video, and the next video is going to be a reply to something over on Kakalaki Movies. So before we get into it, I don't know whether people wanted me to comment on it or not. I suppose a lot of other people are going to comment on it. And it's the big furore of the day is the Star Wars Blu-ray box set. I don't know quite where I am on the set, to be honest with you. I'm of the firm belief that he can do whatever the fuck he wants to his films, even though he didn't direct 2 of them, he didn't write the first 3 on his own, and if he would have passed the law that he wanted to pass about the a Filmmakers Protection Act or something like that, I think it was called, what he was doing would be illegal if he didn't have, you know, other people's permission to do what he wants, whether he's a producer or not. But that aside, he can do whatever he wants. It doesn't bother me that much. What bothers me is the fact that we're not given the choice. If you look at the Blade Runner box set, which was that huge box set that had every single cut of the film, bar I think about 2 which don't really count, that gave us choice. If you're like me and prefer the work print version of it, warts and all, then I can watch the work print version of it. If you preferred the original theatrical cut because that's what you originally saw and you like the narration and you like the way it's paced, you can watch that. With Star Wars, he's not giving us any choice. This is the Blu-ray box set. If you want it, you're going to have the 2004 versions, which have now been updated to 2011 versions. So that means you're going to get the new audio cues. You're going to get the Obi-Wan Dragon call, you're going to get the Darth Vader no thing, you're going to get the Doug walking in Return of the Jedi, you're going to get all the extra bits that have now been added in 2011. That's fine, like I say, he can do what he wants, he has no connection with reality at all, he's only made 2 films that are any good, one of which I like more than the others. I prefer American Graffiti 2, A New Hope, or Star Wars as it should be called. I think it's a much better film. I think Star Wars was in the right place at the right time. I think it's very slow, very badly paced. If you look at Empire Strikes Back, it's just worlds above and leagues above a much better film. But he seems to think he can do what he wants, and that's fine, he can do what he wants. But you haven't given us the choice. Can I not just have a really quick telecine of, you know, the original versions? Why can't I have just a... These were only mastered at 1080p. Most modern masters are at 2K, which is... Well, 1080p is around 1.9K, so it's below 2K. Or like a prestige release like Taxi Driver Bridge on the River Kwai are mastered at 4K and above. Some of the Bonds were done at 4K with Lowry. So this was mastered at 1080p. So it looks exactly the same as the HDTV versions that are around, with better compression because it's on a Blu-ray. Much more space, you'd have to fit in the bandwidth of a TV signal. This is a poor idea of what it should be. Even if they did, just at 10K, 1.9K, do it at 1080p, I don't care. Give me a scan of the original non-faded Technicolor prints which George Lucas has. Don't believe this bullshit on the fact that, I mean, the original negatives were destroyed near enough. They were in really, really bad shape. And they cut them up, literally cut them, to make the special editions. But, as part of the Technicolor deal, he got prints of all 3 movies that will never fade because they're fade resistant Technicolor prints. Pristine, beautiful prints on 35mm. Can I have like a 2K scan of those? How is that difficult? How is that oh, we haven't got it, the best masters we got on the Laserdisc masters. Bullshit, they're not. There are 70mm blow-ups out there that still look pretty fucking good today that we could have scanned. Why can't we get that? Why can't we get something as opposed to nothing? Because he's not stupid. He lives in his own fucking world, but he's not stupid. Lots of people go out and buy this and they'll think it's the best thing since sliced bread and the best picture quality ever, even though it isn't the best picture quality ever. Lowry took the grain out and put fake grain on top. That's what they do. They should leave fucking well alone and leave it alone. Warts and all. I don't care if it's got cigarette burns. I don't care if there's hair trapped in the gate. Leave it fucking alone. Unless you can do a job like was done with Taxi Driver to an extent, Bridge on the River Kwai, The Evil Dead. The Evil Dead 16mm film looks absolutely breathtakingly beautiful because the effort was put in. Why can't we have that? Because he doesn't want to. I said this wasn't going to be a long video, and I've just ranted for God knows how long about the Star Wars fucking things, and I've sworn a lot. Apologies to people who don't like me swearing every 10 seconds, but it's kind of annoying. Am I buying them? Possibly not. I'm very much on the fence. I want to see the deleted scenes, and at the moment that's about it. I was tempted just to buy the prequel trilogy because I quite like some of the prequel trilogy. There's some good sound moments in episode 2. Episode 3 has 3 or 4 bits that are directed by Steven Spielberg. The opening space battle is directed by Spielberg. They're really good. They're paced really well because a decent director had something to do with it, as opposed to George fucking Lucas. I don't think George Lucas is worse than Hitler and everything else with vitriol and bloody hyperbole that's come out of everyone. No, he's just a bit of a dick. He can do what he wants, let him do it, that's fine. But I'm undecided at the moment whether I should buy the whole set or not, because there are various versions out there, Adiwan and Harmy's specialised versions especially, that you can obtain from places, where he's reintegrated the old versions of the film, so they look closest to the original versions and they're in 720p. Adiwan's colour corrected everything. He's done some CGI of his own that looks better than the stuff ILM and Lucasfilm have done. There's one guy on his own, but as the correct colour. I mean, the colour's all wrong in 2004 version. They've fixed none of that. They've done a couple of lightsaber problems, the big issues. They fixed some of the audio cues. I believe some are left untouched. The fanfare as they go into the Death Star is fixed finally. But am I buying them? I don't really know, is the honest answer. I'm tempted just to get it for the extras, but then I'm also tempted to make a stand. What that stand will matter to anyone, I don't know. Whether anyone will actually care that this one person's made a stand against it, I don't know. But I do know that in about 4 to 5 years time they will be re-released. They will have 4K scans, they will be pristine, they will be beautiful. There's probably only the 2011 versions, but they will do another box set. They will also do another box set when he decides, like he did with the DVDs, oh, you can have the original versions now. Whether we'll still get the non-anamorphic laserdisc transfers, I very much doubt. Being in the Blu-ray age, he needs to do something high definition. What we might get is a faded scan. All this non-technicolor prints went a bit pink and red. We could get a scan like that and just say, oh, it's the best we could find. That would be interesting because it's propaganda on his end, but something would be better than nothing, and a choice would be better than nothing. So, rant over, because it's controversial, I don't want to get more into it. We'll get on with the discs. Okay, so first on the update, we have a film that I get the feeling that no one but me likes. I'm not going to make... Well, I can make excuses for it because I can defend most things in this film. The sequel, which I watched recently, I cannot defend whatsoever. I quite liked it when I first saw it in the cinema. Watching it now, it is an unmitigated disaster. It's appalling, but I really, really still enjoy the first Charlie's Angels by McG. There are things wrong with this film, Lucy Liu being the main one. People give Bill Murray a lot of stick about his ego on this, but I think it was perpetuated by Miss Liu more than anything else. Comes in a silvery slipcase. normal Sony picture in the background. Yeah, I saw this in the cinema. I dug it like nobody's business. The fact that they really went to town on the fight scenes, they were all really well made. There's an over-reliance on music in this, because McG was a music video director. There's an over-reliance on music, but I don't think that matters, because you have the counteracting agents of Drew Barrymore and Cameron Diaz at their charismatic best. I could watch Cameron Diaz in this, or Drew Barrymore, for hours, just weeks on end. It's just, there's something about the charisma and what they do. I mean, Lucy Liu's fucking useless. But there's something about the way that they have fun with it that works. So the fight scenes are really fantastic. Yes, they are ripped off from a lot of other stuff. I think Iron Monkey's the one they ripped off the most stuff from. But was it Wu Ping that did the fight scenes? I'm pretty sure it was. Correct me if I am wrong. But you look at the cast of this film. I mean, Bill Murray, Sam Rockwell, Tim Curry, Kelly Lynch, Crispin Glover. That is a who's who of cult fucking favourites. That is a who's who of who's really cool and a bit fucking weird. Let's get them in the film. That's amazing. That's so cool that they were brave enough to take those choices and put those people in the film. Yeah, the plot's a bit shit. Yeah, it's a bit silly. But there's nothing wrong with being a bit silly every now and again and having its tongue firmly in cheek, which it really does. You could break it down, quite a lot of the film, into, like I say, very music-led pieces. Most of it looks like a chained-together music video, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, because McG, being new to directing films and being a music video director, like I said, I'm not defending McG. Terminator Salvation was what it was, and Charlie's Angels Full Throttle is a bit shit. But there's something about an action film where studios will want, right, we need a set piece every couple of pages, and that's what he's done. But he's made them like music videos, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, because there's not a huge reliance on CGI. Yes, there's CGI in it, but there's some quite cool bits as well, with all the wire work and everything else, which was pushed too far in the sequel, where it was all CGI. They even replaced the sky in a lot of shots, I noticed, in the sequel. Just so it's all blue and all LA and fucking useless. But anyway, yeah, I really like it. I know that I'm probably the only person that does. That's fine. It's my little cult movie. Has basically the same extras as the DVD. As Blu-ray exclusive, movie IQ and sync. Great. Commentary with director McG, 5 featurettes, bloopers, delete scenes, and much more. It's got music videos and other stuff as well. I think got it cheap for about $9.99 on Amazon. I just really wanted to see it again. I couldn't be bothered to break out a DVD when it's that cheap for the Blu-ray. So, Charlie's Angels, please direct your vitriol down to the comment section. Next we have a glut of steelbooks. First we have a film where I'm going to murder the title. We have the Luc Besson's Extraordinary Adventures of Adele Blanc-Sec. I don't know, I haven't watched it yet, I don't know how she pronounces the name. People who follow my channel know that I'm a huge Besson fan, and since it was coming out steelbook, I pre-ordered it. It is a sticker book, like my source code was in the last episode. So it's just stickers stuck on a blank steelbook, which isn't that bad. It's not, you know, a hideous looking thing. At least I've seen some stickers really wonky on some people's. This at least, you know, looks pretty good. It's got metallic-y sheen. Like I said, I haven't seen this. I pre-ordered it from Play, I think. Nothing inside because it's a sticker book. 2 discs, have DVD and the Blu-ray because it's a double play, which means the Blu-ray bar is not removable because it's a fucking sticker book. So Disc Junkie won't like that one. Also came with art cards, pre-opened. Yeah, I heard good things about it. Like I say, I haven't watched it yet. I think it was better reviewed than Angel A, and you know, I think it's good that Besson's getting back into something with, you know, a little more budget and a little more effort. Angel 8 I liked a lot. I really dug it. I really need to get the Blu-ray. But I think this is him pushing the boat out again and not writing dodgy Zoe Saldana, Nikita wannabe remixes and Taken 5 and shit like that. I like Taken. Didn't mean Taken was shit, but you know what I mean. Transporter 9. I like the Transporters as well. I would have shut up. Yes, I'm a Luc Besson mega fan, but you know, I haven't watched this yet. It could be a pile of shit. He hasn't made something I haven't liked. I haven't watched the Arthur and the Nimoy ones yet, but who would? I just like the fact that he hasn't given up like he was going to. He hasn't retired. He's still making films. Hopefully he will make something decent again. This could be it. Got good reviews, so we shall find out. Extras. We have making of, interviews with Luc Besson, Louise Bourgoin, Mathieu Amalric, Jean-Paul Rouvet, Jackie Nation, and Giles Leoch. In the studio, Cinema interview with Luc Besson and limited edition art cards. It is region locked for people that want to import it. I don't think it's out in the States yet. But yeah, I don't know much about it. I think it was a French comic book that they've translated into a film. All I know is there's a pterodactyl and a woman, and that's all I know. I never even watched the trailer for it. I really should have watched the trailer. But it's Luc Besson. I bought it sight unseen because he's put that much faith in me. I mean, watching Hanna yesterday really reminded me of the fact that it's basically a love story to 90s French cinema, to Subway with its kind of fairy tale structure, to Nikita, the way that Hanna fills the 2.35 to 1 frame, the title card, exactly like it does in every of Luc Besson's films. Leon, Nikita, Subway, it always fills the frame. That was a very, very conscious decision, I'm sure, by Joe Wright to try and emulate that style. The Eurotrash villains, the quirky soundtrack, the weird electronica. The Chemical Brothers stuff sounds a lot like Eric Serra's stuff. It's that kind of vibe, and I hope that has that. But the problem with him doing a period piece, and the problem with him doing the black and white film with Angel A, is he hasn't got that neon drenched stuff. That's why I want to see Nicholas Wenfrending's, fucking weird names, Drive, because people have said, oh, it's LA neon lit, which is the way it should be, which is the LA of Michael Mann, and the sensibilities of a French director like Besson at the top of his game, with that the story doesn't particularly matter as long as it looks showy and it looks badass. Badass cinema is making a comeback, and cool avant-garde badass cinema like Drive is going to usher it forward. I don't think Drive's going to do any good. I don't think it's going to sell. I don't think anyone's going to go and see it apart from me and a few people that know what the fuck they're talking about. And I think that that is necessarily a good thing, because films like that won't get greenlit unless they're really low budget, and then perhaps no one will see them except for me and these people, which I hope most of my viewers are those people that, you know, I have a weird love for Luc Besson and weird love for Michael Mann, and it's that kind of sensibility where it's neon drenched, it looks beautiful, it looks like it's painted on the screen. It doesn't matter if the story's a bit hokey in this bit, because the overriding blue steel coolness will fucking kick it out. Something like, yeah, Blue Steel, something like Catherine Bigelow when she first started. Strange Days is a very good example of that type of film, where no one really saw it, but it was really badass, neon drenched. That's the type of film I would like to make. I would like to make a film that looked like that with those sort of sensibilities. And this is going to be a long fucking update again, and I said it wouldn't be, but we're going to keep going anyway. Okay, before I forget, that was, I think, $14.99 from Amazon. Next film is another steelbook, which I bought this morning. It's another film which I haven't seen and I've bought completely blind. It's based on a graphic novel. I have read parts of the graphic novel, not all of it, to be honest. I know it's nothing like the graphic novel. I know they just took the name and some of the premise, but not anything that would make it recognisable. If you take the name off it and set someone down in front of it, they go, oh, that's ripped off that. Sort of, but not done very well. Well, I say not very well because I haven't seen it. I'm not going to make a judgment. So it's just a case of, you know, I'm going to go in blind. But I like the trailers for Scott Stewart's Priest. It's quite a nice steelbook, I thought. and $15.99 when the Blu-ray 3D version was $17.99. I thought it was kind of a no-brainer. I just thought, yeah, pick it up. You haven't got much money, but who really cares? Sony up one, so we have art inside. It is a single disc, so no digital copy, no double play, no nothing. What I have noticed though is films that do really badly at box office, like Green Hornet, Priest and things like that, always get a steelbook. Because I think they sell it in a steelbook, they sell it to collectors who will pay any money for it, therefore driving up sales, therefore more people notice that it's out, and therefore more people will go, oh, I might give that a try, and they make their money back. That's my theory anyway. So we have a little slip that went on the back, HMV exclusive steelbook edition. So it has deleted and extended scenes, the bloody frontier creating the world of Priest, tools of the trade, the weapons of the vehicles, filmmakers and cast commentary, Blu-ray exclusives, bullets and crucifixes, picture-in-picture experience, movie IQ and sync. The Blu-ray 3D version does have more extras. I think it has one more featurette or something about vehicles, if I remember correctly, correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, I liked Legion, which is the film Paul Bettany and Scott Stewart did before this. Well, I liked Legion apart from the last 20 minutes. The last 20 minutes was like a knowing moment, where in the knowing I was really going for it. Yeah, Nick Cage, yes, this is really good. Alex Proyas is amazing. What the fuck just happened? Another movie's ending walked in, like a really shit movie ending. And it drove me insane. Same with Legion. Where'd that ending come from? What a load of shit. I'm hoping for better than this. It got really crap reviews, but it looks beautiful in the trailers. It's basically a remake of The Searchers, from what the trailer told me anyway. So yeah, I think it's worth a try, and I think it's a really, really nice looking steelbook. So $15.99. I haven't got much money, but what I've got I spend on Blu-rays. I'd sell my nose for Blu-rays, apparently, Oscar. In joke, there you go. Yeah, so next we have a film I've already talked about at some sort of length. We have Joe Wright's Hanna. This is the Universal UK Steelbook. I pre-ordered this because it was in my top 5 of the year, films-wise, and because it's a really, really nice steelbook. We got the front there, the back, and we have full inside art as well. Yeah, like I say, it's I viewed it as a love story to Nikita. I think that I haven't seen any of Joe Wright's film. I haven't seen Toman. I haven't seen, what was it, Pride and Prejudice? I can't remember. Haven't seen any of them before. But I started watching I saw a trailer for this out of the blue. Didn't even know it was being made. Had no idea about it. Saw a trailer on one film and I went, fuck me, what the fuck was that? Turned my phone back on in the cinema, which I never do. Wrote it down on a note. Turned the phone back off. When I got out, had a look for the trailer, and that was it. I just showed my brother. I was like, watch this fucking trailer. Couldn't find the exact one that I had seen. But then, it doesn't matter because it looked so badass. I mean, I was going to see it for Eric Banner alone. But there were little things about it, little shots in the trailer. And the fact that it's like, when I sold it to people, was like, it's born with a 14-year-old. If Jason Bourne was a 14-year-old girl, this is what it'd be like. I think watching it again, there's some bits that underdeveloped. The whole thing with her DNA is very underdeveloped, and there are a few other bits, but it doesn't matter. Like I say, it doesn't matter about the story. It's a beautiful, sweeping fairy tale. View it as the Brothers Grimm make a Jason Bourne movie. That's how I view it. No, if Luc Besson made a Brothers Grimm based Jason Bourne movie, that would be, yeah. I'm rambling about bullshit again, but you know what I mean. There's something about it that I really, really dig, and it's definitely on my top 5 of the year. I've yet to completely compile my top 5, but yeah, I just love it. I thought it was a great movie. This is a triple play, so it's Blu-ray, DVD, and digital copy. The digital copy and the DVD are on one disc. so it's not full of discs like some of these editions are. We do have Blu-ray exclusives: Adapt or Die, Central Intelligence Allegory, Chemical Reaction, Wide World of Hanna, BD Live and Pocket Blue, plus bonus features, alternate ending, which I haven't actually watched, delete scenes, Anatomy of a Scene, Escape from Camp G, Wide World of Hanna, feature commentary with Joe Wright. This is probably a film I will actually watch the extras on, because I want to find out how Joe Wright did what he did. It's interesting there, it says on the back, Modern Day Leon. It's a modern day Nikita if it's anything. Yeah, I love it, I really dig it. I know I was talking to Oscar about it the other day. He doesn't quite feel the same way as I do about it, but there's something about my sensibilities where that is a film where I'm just like, yeah, that's, did I say the trailer, just like, yep, sold me already, that's going to be awesome, even if it's shit. There are lots of films I think are really people think are really shit and I really love, so yeah, it's taste, isn't it, at the end of the day. So that's the Blu-rays. I'm going to blitz quickly through these DVDs because they're all basically the same thing. I was in a position where I bought Series 1 of the HBO show The Wire because everyone on the NeoGAF forums was buying it. I had no idea what it was about, went in completely cold. Bought Season 1 because it was cheap in HMV. This was probably on my updates years ago now. Loved it. I was talking to someone about it and he's like, oh, I've got 2, 3 and 4. Do you want to borrow them? So yeah, fuck yeah. Borrowed them, me and my brother watched them, we blitzed through them. Loved it. My brother got me Season 5 for that Christmas, which had just come out. So basically after I'd given them back, all I ended up with was Season 1 and Season 5. Which was a pain in the ass, because every time I wanted to rewatch it, I could only rewatch Season 1 and then couldn't jump to Season 5 because there was the seasons in the middle that told a story which I would be missing out on, and I'd be remembering things later and spoiling another series, if you see what I mean, even though I'd seen them. Weird. Yes, I know. But anyway, so basically I decided, when I left work, I thought, right, I'm going to be out of work for a while because it was last time. I need to find something to keep me occupied. So right, I'll buy Season 2 of The Wire, which I bought for $15.99 in HMV. About the same price I bought the first one. Won't go into them too much because they're old and people know what they're like. And if you haven't seen The Wire, watch the fucking Wire. It is the best TV show ever made. Wire, Sopranos, possibly Breaking Bad, breaking the top 3 now. And then going on to other things down, but top 2, definitely The Wire, The Sopranos. It took over The Sopranos for me, and I'm a huge Sopranos fan. I have every season of The Sopranos on DVD now, and I love them. I'm rewatching them on Sky Atlantic. I watch them once a year. They are that good. I'm going to do the same with The Wire. I've already watched them all. My original plan was to buy Season 2. No, actually, what it was FX in the UK was showing Wire from the beginning. So I watched Season 1 on there, got bored of waiting for Season 2. They were showing one a week. Went out and bought Season 2 because I was lazy. And I thought, right, do I wait for them to show Season 3? No, I'll go out and buy Season 3, also $15.99. This was bought in Blockbuster. Actually no, this was in HMV. And I thought, well, what I'll do is I'll buy one every couple of months, and that'll save me some money and give me something to do. But I blew through this in about under a week. I watched the whole series. Well, the whole series 2 I watched in under a week. So I thought, I bought that, and I thought that'll do, and then later on that day I bought that one in Blockbuster, so I thought, sod it, I might as well have them all. It was only one left to buy. For some reason I had in my head it was 6 seasons, so I thought I was way off buying them all. And then I thought, one more, sod it. So I have the entire set of The Wire. Season 1 is currently lent out, which is a bit of a pain in the arse, but hey ho. But yeah, best TV show ever made by a long, long way. If you haven't seen it, please, I beg of you, go out and see it. They're quite cheap now. The box set I think is like 60 quid. It's not a lot of money for what you get. They are relatively short seasons. They're about 13, 14 episodes, so you can blitz through them if you're insatiable for it like I was. But I do recommend it wholeheartedly. It is the best TV show ever made. no matter what country you're from, not just American TV, just the best show ever made. Tell a lie, there's actually one more Blu-ray which I completely forgot about. Had to run downstairs and grab it. We have Christophe Gans's Brotherhood of the Wolf. Talking about amazing French cinema, this film is badass. This DVD has been rumoured to come out. It actually had release dates like 2 or 3 times and never turned up. It finally came out, so I had to buy it immediately. I think it was only $12.99 on Amazon. Has behind the scenes footage, which is listed as special features. It's not really behind the scenes footage as so much as an hour-and-a-half making of documentary. In French with subtitles, in this SD, but who cares. Now, I finally own this amazing film on Blu-ray. I already had a DVD release, which is this one here, which is from Universal. This is an Optimum Blu-ray. This had the Legend subtitled, theatrical trailer, option to pay the feature in dubbed or in French with subtitles. It had, when we used to have, you know, booklets, huge great big booklet on the making of. Now, I bought this blind, watched it, loved it, thought it was really, really cool. And then as soon as this was announced, I tried to order it 3 times, never came out, finally got a copy of it. The big problem is this won't be the last copy of it I own. I'm currently looking for running times. Yeah, this is the cut down theatrical version, the English version. There is a director's cut, which is, I think it's got like 30 or 40 minutes added to it. It was on HD DVD in France. I think it was the HD DVD in the UK as well. Was the director's cut. This is theatrical. The extended version you can get on Blu-ray in France, but apparently it doesn't look very good. Not a very good transfer. This has a hit or miss transfer. There is some DNR there, not a ton like Optimum normally do. There's a little bit there. Some bits are grainy, some bits aren't. It's really a mixed bag, is the best I could say. So I'm going to buy it again. I'm going to get as many versions as I can. I'm going to get the director's cut. But it's a really cool film. It's sort of 19th, was it 18th century France? Doesn't say. 18th century France I'm going to go with. Where a wolf is murdering people and a nobleman and his manservant turn up to try and find out what's going on and help, and the adventure that ensues. I don't want to go too much into it because it's quite spoiler heavy. It's got an amazing cast, mainly Vincent Cassel. People know that he is a man god. I do worship Vincent Cassel. So if you like, again, cool French cinema, would recommend it highly. But if you want the director's cut, the French version, I think all versions are region B locked. The Australian version is the same as this, I think, but the French version is the director's cut. I would recommend the director's cut because it's a lot longer, and I think it fleshes things out more. There was a Canadian 3-disc, a really beautiful thing, which I never got on DVD. Weird it was only released in Canada, but hey ho. And that was the director's cut as well. So if you're used to that version, this will seem a lot cut down for you. So there we go, that's the update for today. The next video which we'll be doing basically straight after this, like I say, will be a reply to the other Jason on Kakalaki Movies channel. And yeah, so until I have a bit more money, which could be a while, and until I actually have something to show you, I will say goodbye for now.